Today we are seeing the part of history. Chapter 7, Ashoka the emperor who gave up war. Here we are seeing about the great Mauryan ruler Ashoka, and he gave up war after the Kalinga war. Here he belongs to the Mauryan empire, and his grandfather was Chandragupta Maurya, the founder of Mauryan empire, and Bindusara was son of Chandragupta Maurya, and Ashoka was son of Bindusara. The main capital cities of the Mauryan Empire, Pataliputra, Takshila and Ujjain, and how they have ruled the empire, the Mauryan Empire, and how they have maintained the capital cities in the Mauryan Empire. Those things we are discussing in today's class.
Ashoka, the emperor who gave up war. A very big kingdom is equal to empire. Ashoka was one of the greatest rulers in history. On his instructions, inscriptions were carved on pillars as well as rock surfaces. The lines we see on our notes and coins were carved on a massive stone pillar in Sarnath. The empire that Ashoka ruled was founded by his grandfather, Chandragupta Maurya, more than 2300 years ago. Chandragupta was assisted by Chanakya or Kautilya, who was a wise man. His ideas are written in a book called Arthashastra. There were several cities in the empire, including the capital Patliputra, Taxila, and Ujjain. Taxila was the entrance to central India, while Ujjain lay on the route from north to south India. Merchants, officials, and craftspersons lived in these cities. In central India, people gathered forest produce and hunted animals in the forests. Other areas had villages where farmers and herders lived. People in different areas spoke different languages and probably ate different kinds of food and wore different kinds of clothes. Ruling the empire. The empire was very large, hence different parts like Patliputra, Taxila, and Ujjain were ruled differently. The vast areas between these centers were ruled by the Mauryas by controlling the roads and rivers, which were important for transport and for collection of resources that were available as tax and tribute. The people living in the forest regions were mostly independent. Tribute. Tribute was collected from people willingly, while taxes were collected on a regular basis. The emperor and the capital city. The Greek ambassador Megasthenes was sent to the court of Chandragupta by Seleucus Nicator, a Greek ruler of West Asia. Megasthenes wrote an account of what he saw. The occasions when the emperor appears in public are grand processions. He is carried in gold palanquins, and his guards ride elephants decorated in gold and silver. Some guards carry trees on which live birds, including trained parrots, circle around the head of the emperor. To prevent someone from killing him, the king is usually surrounded by armed women, had his food tasted by someone before he eats, and does not sleep in the same bedroom for 2 nights. Megasthenes also wrote that Patliputra, modern Patna, is a beautiful city surrounded by a massive wall. It has 570 towers and 64 gates. The houses built of wood and mud brick are of 2 and 3 stories. The king's palace is also made of wood, decorated with stone carvings, sand surrounding with gardens, and enclosures for birds. Ashoka, a unique ruler. Ashoka was the most well-known Mauryan ruler. He was the first to carry his message to the people through inscriptions, which were in Prakrit and were written in the Brahmi script.
In today's section, we have discussed about the Ashoka, the great ruler of Mauryan Empire, and the capital cities and the specialities of the capital cities, and taxes or the tribute collected from the people. And he was a unique ruler because he wrote his subjects or about his orders or ideas in inscriptions that he have written in the language of Prakrit and Brahmi. These things we have discussed. The rest of the chapter we will see in the next class.